during like the last week of our program, and imagine like how would it be like you hadn't planned this trip? Like during your first sessions with me and Sebastian or Jesse, you were like, you need a film plan. So planning is like the most important thing we've done, and that's how I think we came to the stage where we have like our base projects done, and we need to add modifications. Like we need to do something. I mean, like I know this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. So if you hadn't time managed, you would be like flushing all the place. But like, look at your face. You're like smiling, and you're like all relaxed, and you're like ready for your drivers. And I'm like, I'm gonna present this. So yeah. So let's just go with it. So I'm gonna talk about these things. So does anybody know about these things? Have you heard this term before, like the time management matrix? Yes. Can you tell me?
Yeah. Usually when they put like I see that.
Yeah,
Sometimes they put it like as ads on the bus and you have to call a specific number so they can log it and sell it to Russian hackers, and it's like if you go here you know everything about how to manage your time. This is a real thing.
That's the thing, yep.
Mhm.
So
Like a
can
great
anybody
buzzword.
really tell me if you know anything about this? But like it's good if you don't, because then I get to talk about something you don't know. And then you can at least get it. Okay. So this is something I want to talk about. Can you like look at the four quadrants? And so how it goes is like basically there's something which is highly urgent but not important. Something that is urgent and important, not urgent, not important, and not urgent, but important. So I don't know, like just fill me in. Tell me what you think. Let's just start with all your thoughts. What do you think? What do you interpret from this square? The four squares. Yeah.
Aside Arjuna would be urgent and important. Is that
Can you give me like an example? What you think is urgent and important?
Yeah, just fry your Arjuna.
Fry
Okay, Jeff thinks. Okay, we thought it was good. Okay. You think that's urgent and important because you have demo night coming. Makes sense. Anybody else?
When fire alarm rings, we have to run downstairs.
Cool. Fire drill. Can we go to this one?
Wait, but fire drill, if it's a drill, shouldn't it be in the not urgent?
Okay, something like that. Okay, this is a real fire. Okay. Now, second thing. Does anybody have any thoughts on something that is not urgent but important?
Fire drill.
Okay, yeah. You,
Oh, I guess like an application for something that's like in the future, far in the future.
okay, so you have, say, a working project, but you want to make an app of it or something like that?
I guess.
Okay, yeah, cool. Works for me. Anybody else like relating it to a project?
Documentation.
Well, not a problem.
Documentation is kind of weird. Okay, yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
For not urgent.
Sleep? It could be like depending on how much sleep you've had before, so that's not gonna go. You can't just be like 12 hours of sleep and then yes, it's like
Wait, so for not urgent but important?
yeah.
5.
Yeah. One more.
I was gonna say you get a cut on your you get burned by the soldering iron.
That's urgent.
That is kind of
That's not urgent and unimportant.
I thought
Depends how bad
how
you
bad
get burned.
yeah.
How bad is bad?
It could be
Like a
like-
screwdriver.
Or it could be like writing an
it could be
incident
like a
report.
spray.
Maybe like writing an incident report about what
Yeah.
like catering for
Burn
that.
a little.
What if you use it as
Anybody in the third quadrant? Unimportant and urgent.
Instead of water takes the fire.
What?
Documentation.
Think. You think it's unimportant. It's pretty subjective. It's pretty subjective.
But it's not urgent.
Come on, think of any project you think. What is unimportant and what's
Wait.
urgent? Yeah, let's find out. This could be like a question mark. And the fourth quadrant? It could be basically like talking while someone's doing something important, or like working on something like I want to paint this box, but then you don't even have a circuit in the box. Does that make sense? So that could be the first one. So this is like something I want you to know in the long run as well. Like doesn't like just end in the next 5 days. This is gonna take you like through college, through work, through life. So let's start with the first thing. So urgent and important. Um, these are the most critical tasks, and just prioritize and make sure that you go to this quadrant first. Like every time you have to make a decision, check if it fits in this, and then you can like take a call. Or like if it's something like I want to text somebody, go here. Like you might want to text somebody, but you want to like schedule it after you've done this. Then if you want to come to this, just go to like do it later because it's not ready. So I want like you to understand that you have to have these quadrants defined by yourself. Like his quadrant may be different, mine will be different. So just kind of make sure you know that these exist and like you want to manage that. So here are some examples which I just picked off the internet. This could be like as you said, like crisis, like fire something, or like if someone's like family issue or there's a medical emergency. If it's like not urgent but important, could be like exercising, or like I need to take some care, like I'm having like trouble sleeping, but then it's not urgent but it's important. And this one, which was like a big question mark, it could be like some meetings, like I have been trying to meet a friend. It's not urgent, not important, but like you need to do it someday. Or like for your project, like there's an LED that's not blinking. It's not like the most important thing for a project, but you might want to like deal with it later. So these are some things when you're like doing a project you need to understand, or it's alive, or like it's cold, anything. So just look at these examples and try to like fit everything you do in one of the quadrants so that it helps your decision making process. And yeah, Jacob. So these are the habits I was talking about. Can you like give me an example of what's being proactive? Like what do you think proactive means? Like maybe the dictionary meaning, or anything. They can be. No, I want.
I was saying like an instance where like someone had a personal experience of being proactive.
Yeah, but like what do you mean by being? Is there anything you've done proactively? March? Protest against something? Please talk to me. Do you think what do you think is being proactive like?
Taking initiative.
Yeah.
Perfect, exactly. So in your project there might be times when the instructors are not gonna like come and help you out. And you'll be like, I have no idea how this works, but then you have to take the initiative, you have to be proactive and not wait for somebody else to do it. So like if you see there's stuff lying around here, like we have to like clean up, but if it's bothering you, just take the initiative and clean it up. Like it goes in the long run. Like there was this time I was like walking down a street and it just like stinks so bad. I just like checked that like those premises and I realized that they did not segregate their garbage. So it was like really bad. So I spoke with my school and then we spoke with a newspaper and it was like they started this drive where you have to like segregate stuff. And they made it I made that happen. I got like a prize for that. It's okay. Like the results don't matter, but like initiate, be proactive, start making a change. If you see something like that. And okay, habit number 2, which relates the most to your project, like begin with the end in the mind. So it's pretty straightforward. Like if you're gonna make a RC tank, you should know that it should move with a remote control. Like that's something you should know. Like you don't be like starting with like, I don't know how it works. So just make sure you know what the end product is gonna be and go ahead with it and like yeah. Does anybody want to talk about the habit number 3? Put first things first. Is there anything you do that you do?
I try to complete the things on which my later things that are needed to be completed depend upon.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you want to say like I want my suppose Alexa has this floor cleaning robot. I want my robot to be voice controlled. But then in the first place her robot needs to move. So instead of like thinking about what you want to do like 2 steps later, like 2 steps later, like go for the first step, make sure the first thing happens and then go. Okay? And the fourth habit, like people who usually are effective, like they have this positive outlook towards life where you think about the win-win situation. Like suppose, I mean, we have projects where we started and we're like, we have no idea if this is gonna work out. Like I think I cannot make it. I just cannot. I just can't. I cannot. And then you end up going into it, and it just starts working. And then it's like having that attitude when you think like I can't win. So if you take this every time you participate in anything, you can probably go like succeed, even if you think that you cannot. So that's one thing you should like. The habit number 4 is like my favorite one. And yeah, so habit number 5. I don't think like if you guys like old enough, but like there's this thing where you have to be a good listener first before being like I don't know. So when you go talk to someone, you be like, I want that person to understand me, but in the first place, try to be like you understand someone first, and then you'll be understood. Like put yourself in their shoes. It works with everything. Like if you're talking to me about a project selection or something, and I'm gonna give you some advice instead of saying that no, I really want to do this. Try to understand why I'm saying no to it. Like this applies to everything you do. Talking to your parents, talking to your friends. Habit number 5 is like a big take for this whole slide. And does anybody know what synergize means? Like that word is a heavy word. You can Google it. What?
That doesn't work so yeah.
So does anybody know what it means?
Merge powers.
Yeah, that's accurate. Like if I have two things that are like really lame, but if I might combine them, it might be the best thing ever. Like maybe I have this, like Ben has his smart garden, right? He has these sensors and he has LCD display.
Guys, maintain silence, please.
Yeah, so if you have like an LCD display, you have sensors, but if you combine them together, you can actually make something really cool. So this is something you can apply in everything, like every modification you make, everything you do in life. Like if you're working on an assignment, if you're like another assignment for another class, you can combine them and make it like much better. So the last thing is sharpening the saw. Does anybody want to like have a take on this? Like what do you think it means? Not like literally sharpening the saw, but like reflecting it.
Keep improving on what you are good at.
Exactly. So that's what we did throughout the program. We had a base project. We kept on modifying it. We made it better. We made it better. So that's when we like put everything on a first board. When you solder everything together, that's what you do. You basically sharpen the saw. You make sure every time your hardware is taken out of the box, it stays intact. And this is what you're gonna practice for the demo night and make sure that our hardware is like sturdy and nice. So keep sharpening the saw in like your projects and with yourself. Like yesterday I was like so bad at soldering, today I'm good at it. So keep improving and get better. And the last thing is planning, and this is like really kind of corny in Alexa's words, but yeah, I mean like failing to plan is like planning to fail. So that's how it is. And I wouldn't say like plan each semester, but as you plan each day and each week, you indirectly end up planning each semester. So like when you go to college or when you go to grad school, there'll be like insanely huge amount of assignments due, and you might want to like just give up and go home and sleep. But if you have planned everything out, you may not be in that position. Similar like to your projects. And yeah, so this is the last thing where you can always change your plans, but like you need to have a plan in the first place, which we did with our projects. Like you ended up doing something really different. You had an Arduino Uno, but you ended up doing a Nano and stuff like that. But you came to this program, you participated, and it was the most important thing you did. So just take this away from this entire slide, that you need to prioritize in life, you need to schedule your schedule, keep a to-do list, and take enough rest, as Jacob thinks like sleep is important, yes. And delegate. Like by delegate I don't mean like, hey Ritvik, can you please order this for me? No. By delegate I mean like, yeah, there might be times when you have a friend who's really good at something and he takes 20 minutes to do it and you take like 2 hours to do it. That's when you want to delegate. But you make sure you also learn in the process. So yeah, take this away from this slide and get ready for demo night. Cool?
Time to go to lunch.
What?
So
Xander, have you come up with a plan how to poke holes in there?
I need a sweater. Jacob, do you have a sweater?
Yeah!
Expected of you.
Xander, stop! Oh my god.